Good evening, America, and welcome back to the Weekly Scrub. I'm your host, Josh, overcaffeinated. And to answer your question, yes, these are synthetic eyebrows. Tonight's top story, former Vice President Joe Biden has decided to recruit former President Bill Clinton to be his vaccine mandate spokesman. When questioned about his choice for the position, Joe Biden replied, "Nobody knows more about forced injections than my friend Bill Clinton." Today, candidate for governorship of Texas, Robert O'Rourke, also known as Beto, revisited his comments on gun control.
Hell yes, we're going to take your AR-15, your AK-47.
When pressed about the connection between gun confiscation and mass incarceration, Beto replied, quote, "Since 2020, 6 out of the 7 continents have never had that issue. Those are pretty good odds." In local news, Larimer County's mask mandate is going on its 8th week. Health and Environmental Officer Tom Gonzalez has maintained his stance that the mandate will likely continue through the holidays. When questioned about the efficacy of the policy, pointing to neighboring counties without restrictions, Gonzalez replied, quote, "We understand that there are anti-vaxxers living amongst us. To ensure protection over the county, I have offered up a blood sacrifice to Lord Fauci. May his science preside over these lands and deliver us from evil." Yeah, he's a weird guy. In tech news today, the newest Google Maps feature utilizing Press Secretary Jenn Psaki's voice was eliminated from the GPS app after massive traffic jams occurred across the country. Further inspection concluded that drivers entering roundabouts were continually instructed to circle back. Seth Rogen and Sarah Silverman were in the news this week about their new series, Santa Inc. The show's trailer received intense criticism from viewers, leading to nearly 125,000 downvotes on YouTube. The premise for the show, which received such loathing, is about a fat, overly privileged white man who's an asshole, and a whiny female elf with an overinflated ego. Not unlike the real-life story of Seth Rogen and Sarah Silverman. It was recently discovered that Jeffrey Epstein imprisoned over 250 indentured servants on his island, most of which were children under the age of 10. After hearing the news, Ryan McMaken of the Mises Institute, a libertarian think tank, commented on Twitter saying, quote, "Yes, slavery is bad, but we have to remember, Epstein Island is a private business." A new bill has passed through the House of Representatives this week, H.R. 550, which creates a database of all vaccinated and unvaccinated citizens within the United States. Over 80 Republicans, to include Congressman Dan Crenshaw, voted in favor of the bill. When asked why he supported such an obvious overreach of government power, he said, quote, "To be honest, I only read the left side of the bill." Dollar store Trump impersonator and actor Alec Baldwin made his first appearance this week on ABC, where he tearfully explained how the handgun he used to kill Helena Hudgens and injure Joel Souza, quote, "acted on its own accord like it had a mind of its own." Baldwin's interview has reportedly been added as evidence by the Darrell Brooks defense team, who later commented, quote, "ditto about SUVs." Police officer Michael Byrd was in the news this week after publishing his book titled How to Kill a White Woman and Get Away with It, regarding his shooting of Ashley Babbitt on January 6th. The book has received massive praise from left-wing critics. However, one man has come forward criticizing the book, former professional athlete and acquitted murderer O.J. Simpson. Sources closest to Simpson told reporters that he actually liked Byrd's book, but was jealous that his book, But I Did It First, fell to number 2 on the New York Times bestseller list. Relax, O.J. You had your chance. Didn't your mom ever teach you how to share? Now that I think about it, that's how this whole thing started, isn't it? The first annual Anarchist and Communist convention was held over the weekend to discuss government, fiat currency, and private property rights. Many people objected to the convention, saying that bringing these two polar opposite groups together would only create more derision. However, the heads, Arnold Reff and Neil Kurtzman, disagreed, saying, quote, "Communists and anarchists have a lot more in common than people give us credit for. For one, neither of us have created a viable system." Mark Zuckerberg released his newest creation, Meta, as a replacement for Facebook, a fully virtual world known as the metaverse. When asked what the experience would be like, Meta's spokesperson said, "Much like an escape room, where Mark Zuckerberg whispers in your ear, 'Do you want to play a game?'" Our top story tonight, Guinness Book of World Records adds a new section to their long, illustrious record series called Republican Follow-Through, whereby Republicans who actually do what they say can earn a place in history. The current record holder is Solomon Foote, a senator from Vermont in 1864, with an astounding 2 follow-throughs. He was quoted saying, "After I'm elected, I will vote to end slavery and have sex with my wife." In a miraculous performance, Solomon did vote to end slavery, but getting used to not having someone else have sex with his wife took another 25 years. Well, better late than never, I say. Our final story for the night. The Associated Press recently announced that fuel prices dropped 2 cents over the past 6 weeks. The Biden administration, of course, took to the cameras to gloat about their success. According to reports, Press Secretary Jenn Psaki reiterated their economic confidence, saying, quote, "This was to be expected. We all know how good Joe Biden is at dropping number 2s. This has been your Weekly Scrub. I'm your host, Josh Overcaffeinated. Please like, share, and subscribe, and be sure to hit that notification bell so that you never miss an episode. Good night, America, and remember, if you're not paying for a black family's mortgage, you're racist.